This evening, I'm going to be talking about the Master of Digital Media program and also an embedded program inside the Master's program, which is the Graduate Certificate. Of course, whether we're doing this in person, physically, or virtually, it's always important to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land. The Pamalong clan of the Awabakal people are the traditional owners of the Callaghan campus at the University of Newcastle. And I'd like to pay my respects to elders past, present, and emerging. Okay. So I'm the program convener for the Master of Digital Media and the Graduate Certificate in Digital Media. I can help you with all kinds of academic matters about choosing courses, pathways, working your way through the program, and indeed the big questions about where will this get me, why am I doing this? All of the good things. So that's my email address and my Newcastle phone number. So really it should have an 02 in front of it, or a +612 if you're overseas. Okay, so in this session, we're just going to hit some fast facts about the modes of delivery, intakes, duration, the structure of the programs, a really quick look at admission requirements, but then the important bit, why should I study this program? And then its unique attributes. So, just a note on other people who can help you. This generic email address, programadvice@newcastle.edu, are exceptionally helpful people. And just like me, they will do whatever they can to support you in your studies and answer your questions. So, wow, this screen has a lot of text on it. It's trying to answer the why study at UON. Largely speaking, from my point of view, the most obvious reason to study the Master of Digital Media is to give yourself skills in that area, which means you can better communicate your expert knowledge. Rather than being a program for people who have already production skills, this is really a course for people who have skills in a much broader area. So, for example, we've had a lot of very successful graduates who came from teaching, who came from public relations, who came from journalism, who came from social media marketing. And they've undertaken this program to build their skills to complement the knowledge that they already have. And that's really its greatest advantage, is that all of your knowledge that you currently have, you can find a new way of communicating with people through forms of digital media. So, just as a quick example of some of the work that students have done over the years, I just wanted to play you a short video which includes footage that people have shot whilst undertaking the program, projects that they have done.
Fantastic to have Scott here.
Okay. Simon is one of our academics in the School of Creative Industries and a really, really experienced cinema and media professional. The sort of work that you see in there, some of that requires equipment. A lot of it, though, simply requires a skill set that you can bring to the use of your own equipment. Now, some fast facts about the program. The Master of Digital Media and the Graduate Certificate in Digital Media are provided online. You can start the programs in any of the trimesters. That's a huge advantage. And we'll have a talk in a little while about the structure of the program and about why that becomes possible. The Master of Digital Media in full-time mode takes about 1.5 years. The Graduate Certificate in Digital Media, though, which is a really useful starting point, can take less than half, or can take just 2 trimesters of full-time study. So it's a really good way of getting into this area, getting a qualification, and then maybe parlaying that up into the master's program. All of our programs have some core courses that are compulsory courses that everybody in the program does. I realise, of course, that things that sound compulsory can frequently sound less than fun. However, the big advantage of undertaking core courses in the program is that you get to interact with the rest of the cohort, and you get to interact with people who have got similar sets of interests, skills, and qualities as yourself. After that, we have a suite of directed courses, and we'll have a quick look at them in a little while. These courses are where you get to really specialize in the sort of area you want to work in. And also the programs include elective choice, which means you can bring to your studies a whole other body of knowledge from any unrestricted offering of the university. And as I said right at the beginning, the people who have done really well in this program are like that. They bring in a body of knowledge and then find a new way of communicating it. This elective area allows you to develop that body of knowledge even further. Okay, so here's our quick little pie chart of the degree structure. In the Master of Digital Media, which is a 120 unit program, most of the courses at the University of Newcastle are 10 unit courses. So we have 4 core courses, 4 core compulsory courses. We then you have the ability to select 6 courses from a directed list. And as you'll see in a little while, it's quite a long list and it's actually growing in diversity. And then, as I noted earlier, you have a choice of 2 completely elective courses. The 4 compulsory courses, core courses in the Master of Digital Media, are digital video, narrative and interactive design, design for digital media, and computer game design. These courses are on an annual basis updated and refined, just to make sure that they are capturing the really useful, unique skill sets that people working in this area need. The directed courses, as you can see, there's quite a list of them here. Once again, you don't have to try and read this and remember, there won't be a test on this, but you will see that we have courses from music, information technology, the Graduate School of Business, and from communication, and from creative industries itself represented in that list. Then, electives. You can choose electives, as I said, to broaden your existing skill base, your existing knowledge, or indeed to advance into a whole new area. And I'm really a fan of electives. I like choice inside programs, and this one offers a really good balance. Now, the graduate certificate, as I mentioned earlier, is a subset of the master's program. It has 20 units of core and 20 units from that same directed list. So the two core courses are digital video and design for digital media. These courses we've found are the ones that practitioners in other fields, as I said, practitioners such as teachers, educators, people working in public relations and in journalism, they find that skill set really crucial. They can now find, as I said, a new way to communicate. And then you can select any two of all of these courses to complete your graduate certificate. Some people use the graduate certificate as a way of testing the water, because at the end of the graduate certificate, you can use it as an entry pathway into the master's program. Okay, so admission requirements in general. And once again, I know there's a lot of text on this screen and it won't be all readable. Basically, it says, if you've got a bachelor's degree already and it's not in the area of digital media, we'd probably ask if you've had any relevant professional experience. And we would use that RPL, recognition of prior learning from your professional experience, to complement your undergraduate degree, and you could then undertake the program. Likewise, if you have a degree in digital media or a related discipline, we will allow you entry on the basis of that. And also, if you happen to have an honours degree or an AQF level 8 4-year bachelor's program, we would allow you entry into the master's program, but you would only need to complete 80 units of the program. Okay. All of the decisions about RPL are made on a case-by-case basis, which means those questions come to me and I assess the person's professional skills and then suggest which entry pathway they can come in through. The graduate certificate in digital media, you'll see it has a very much broader base of entry, well, requirements, entry options really. If you have a diploma in an area that's not related to digital media, but have been working in that area, we would allow entry into the graduate certificate. And as I said, one of the beauties of doing the graduate certificate is that you can parlay that up into entry to the master's level program. And if you have a bachelor's degree in any area and just 1 year of working in that field, we would do the same thing. So it's a very open structure, the ability to get entry to either the graduate certificate or to the master's program. We will do everything we can to support you in that. Okay. Because we have into the master's program and into the graduate certificate, the opportunity for you to enter in either trimester 1, 2, or 3, we have program plans which are available from the university's website. All you need to do is search for Master of Digital Media and you'll find them. And it shows you which courses you would do in which order. Once again, as the program convener for the Master of Digital Media and for the graduate certificate, I can help you with those decisions and we can help map the most effective pathway for you through the programs. Okay. You may actually be eligible for credit if you've undertaken studies at a different institution. And it's always worthwhile asking. So once again, program advice and me as program convener will be able to help you answer those questions. The University of Newcastle uses the Blackboard online learning module system. It's really useful because Not only do we use this system to supply you with access to your staff, access to your teachers, access to course materials, but it also becomes like a social media site to allow students to talk to one another about how they're going with assignments, any hints, tips, techniques that they think they can share. We also use a system called UON Capture. It's a subset of the family of lecture capture systems called Panopto. Through it, we can record everything from full-blown lectures on a particular topic through to really, really precise how-to sessions so that people can get on with doing their assignments and stretch their skills, their knowledge, their understandings. So, as always, there are lots of ways of asking for help at the University of Newcastle. newcastle.edu.au/postgrad will give you access to a whole raft of information that we covered in here about entry requirements and those sorts of things. Also, this email address, postgrad@newcastle.edu.au, that can help. For international students, now, being an online program, this may or may not be of value to you, but we do run a series of webinars and information and inquiry sessions for international students thinking of undertaking the program. Now, just before I finish this presentation and just open up for general questions, I just wanted to say that unlike other programs which are really, really specific in their job possibility outcomes, the Master of Digital Media opens up just so many doors. And frequently, the doors are connected to what you bring to the program. So we've had people undertaking this course who have been in IT, in games, in film production, in television production. They've worked as journalists, they've worked in public relations, they've worked in advocacy, they've worked, well, a project just from last year was a student who worked in medical equipment. He used the courses in the program to help develop training materials so that when he was installing really technical pieces of equipment into hospitals, he could supply resources, training resources to the people who were going to be using the equipment. So the area of digital media is just huge. It will find a home in just about everybody's life. With the increasing use of Facebook, recent statistics from the Yellow survey suggest that 95% of people who have an internet connection have a Facebook presence. That's astounding. YouTube itself is now considered, for example, to be a social media platform. So having the ability to create and package content, particularly branded content for your organization or for your own startup, is a real crucial skill set. And they're the sort of skills that the Master of Digital Media helps people to develop and then deploy.